If you find dog pose challenging, this brief somatic prep sequence might be helpful. Let's begin by sitting, perhaps by kneeling like I am, and taking a moment to close the eyes and to tune into bodily experience. Connecting with breath, connecting with sensation, taking a conscious step back from activity and preoccupation and distraction, noticing how you are. And from however you've chosen to sit, let's come to all fours and up into dog pose, just as a pre-check to see how we're experiencing the pose before we do the warm-up exercises. So however you'd like to come into your dog, so from all fours, tuck your toes, lift your knees and your hips. And don't feel that you have to work the fullest expression of your pose, just come up and see what's going on, see how your shoulders are, see how your hamstrings are, see how back body is, front body, see what's going on through your spine, see how relaxed or not your neck feels. So taking a body scan inside your dog pose. And then coming down and onto your front. So let's lie on the belly. Just make a pillow with the hands for a moment, rest the forehead and relax. Feel the support of the floor beneath you. And then bring the right palm alongside the rib cage, fingers forward, elbow upwards. And let's take slow, smooth backward rotations of the right shoulder. Check your jaw is loose as you do this, face is relaxed. And that you're using least effort. Just whatever pace you've chosen to go a little more slowly. See how that is. And then take forward rotations of the shoulder. Noticing those sticky places, those points of sensory motor amnesia, so where your muscles have forgotten how to move optimally, either just through lack of use or perhaps through chronic tension, being held stiffly in one position all the time. And then let's change the direction of the rotation again, but also the shape of the movement, so that now your shoulder blade is squeezing in towards the spine and away from the spine in an oval action. And do it gently in the spirit of a massage. And just notice how the rest of your body is responding. So if it's difficult to do, for example, you might find that you're clenching your jaw or tensing your left shoulder or even clenching your buttocks or something. Let's go in the opposite direction with that oval movement. So a little bit like you're swimming a breaststroke, perhaps just with one shoulder. So towards and away from the spine. Just aiming for the movement to be as easeful as possible. And then be still. Just relax the shoulder completely. So release all muscular effort. And then just push gently down through your right palm to lift the right side of the chest and the head. So you look comfortably over your right shoulder. You squeeze the right shoulder blade in towards the spine. Keep the pelvis level, your face relaxed, and then you lower back down. So let's change sides. So make a pillow with your right hand. Have your left palm alongside you, fingers forward, elbow upwards, and you're taking backward rotations of the left shoulder. So you might immediately notice a difference in your experience, right and left sides. Check that your neck is relaxed, the face is released, your jaw is loose. So looking for those sticky places and perhaps going a little more slowly through them if you find them, or even taking a micro movement back and forth over the places if they're particularly noisy. And continuing with your rotation. Let's change direction, so forward rotation. So the forward rotation is the less familiar movement for the shoulders, so you might be noticing that in the way your muscles are responding or in the grace of the movement, something like that. Might feel a bit clunky. And then we're changing direction again and going for the even less familiar movement of shoulder blade towards the spine and away from the spine in an oval. So as if you were swimming breaststroke just with one shoulder here. Notice whole body reaction to this. So hopefully most of your body is relaxed. And then change the direction of that oval. Breath is easy. All done in the spirit of therapy for your body, not imposing anything. And then be still, let that go. Relax the shoulder completely. Keep the left palm where it is. And then push gently into the left palm to raise the left side of the chest and the head. So you're looking comfortably over your left shoulder, squeezing the left shoulder blade in towards the spine, keeping your pelvis level, your feet pressed down, and then gently releasing. Let's return the left hand in front of you to make your pillow. And tuck the toes of the right foot under and push the heel away so your knee has lifted from the floor. Let's notice how that activates your legs. So the muscles to the front of the leg contracting, muscles to the back of the leg lengthening. Keep the toes tucked under and lower the knee down. Do it slowly. And then lift the knee slowly back up again. And take it again. The knee goes down. Now you're contracting the muscles to the back of your leg. And then the knee lifts up and you're lengthening. Let's take it once more. And then next time the knee comes down, untuck your toes, relax completely. And then tuck the toes of the left foot under and push the heel to the wall behind so your knee is lifted away from the floor. And then slowly and with control, lower the knee down. And slowly and with control, lift the knee back up and push into the heel. So we'll take this a couple more times. You're noticing which muscles contract, which muscles lengthen throughout the movement, upper and lower leg. And then next time your knee comes down, let's untuck the toes and completely relax. Prop up onto the elbows. So you're coming into this Sphinx position. Elbows a little closer together than shoulders. You're pressing the forearms, the wrists down into the floor, palms flat to the floor. Be conscious of your pubic bone, pressing down into the floor. And let's take an arc and curl of the spine inside this Sphinx pose. So let your pubic bone lighten from the floor. Draw your low ribs back, your belly back. Round your spine, tuck your chin, round your shoulders. So you're curling your spine forwards. And then slowly transition into an arch. So you start to press the pubic bone towards the floor. You start to squeeze your shoulder blades in and down. You let your chest open out. You let your head float up. So you're not throwing your chin forward. Just letting the head float up with the natural movement of the spine. And then you go back towards your curl. So pubic bone stays on the floor, but it just lightens. It might lift just a millimeter. And pubic bone bears down towards the floor, and the shoulder blades squeeze in to take the weight. So you're not just dumping into your low back, compressing your low back. So we'll do once more. You want to feel the whole back body broaden as you curl. And so front body obviously contracts. And then you want to feel the back body contracting as you arch, so activating your back muscles, and your front muscles are broadening. And then just return yourself to neutral, lower yourself down, make your pillow, opposite hand on top. Just take a breath into the back of the body, massaging your back muscles with your breath. And then let's rest the left arm down alongside the body and the left cheek on the right hand. So you're looking towards your right elbow. Keep your left shoulder on the floor. Keep your right leg on the floor. So you're going to press left shoulder and right leg gently down towards the floor. And let's lift the left leg, the head, the right elbow. So head, right elbow, chest. And you're leading with the elbow, just drawing it up towards the ceiling a little. And so the hand is taking the full weight of the head. And then you're lowering the head, the chest, the leg, and you completely relax. So perhaps just come to 50% your range, because this one's quite strong. So activate left shoulder to the floor, right leg, and then you're lifting the chest, the head, the left leg, and you just angle your elbow, your right elbow tip up towards the ceiling a little comfortably. Notice what's happening in the back of your body, and then you're lowering back down. And once again, activate left shoulder, right leg, lift left leg, and right elbow, head and chest lifting, and then you're releasing down. And relax completely. Just return your left hand to make a pillow, rest your forehead in neutral. Take a deep breath, see how the breath is being received in the body, having done an asymmetrical exercise there. And then let's change things round. So the right arm is alongside the body, with palm face up, front of the shoulder on the floor, and your right cheek is resting on the back of your left hand or your left wrist. So press the right shoulder down, the left leg down, and then gently lift right leg, left elbow, head and chest. Squeezing left shoulder blade in towards the spine, and then slowly lowering down and relaxing completely. So the relaxation is important, allows the muscles to reset to their optimum level of functioning. So let's take that once more. Let's lift. So right leg, left elbow, and then gently lower. So you want your pelvis anchored firmly to the floor. And once more coming up. So right shoulder is on the floor. Left shoulder blade squeezes in towards the spine, and then let's release down. So you're relaxing completely, and then returning your right hand on top of the left, forehead to rest on your hands, taking a deep breath, see if your breath has been received differently. So we've warmed up the shoulders, we've warmed up the back muscles, we've warmed up the hamstrings. So really engaged consciously with muscles to the back of the body, so that hopefully coming up into dog pose now will feel more easeful. So let's bring the palms alongside the rib cage to lift up to all fours through a press up. So you just through your low ribs scoot up, lead with your hips coming up and then your chest. Let's go back into child's pose. And let's perhaps just try that a couple more times for strength. It's good to have strong arms in order to enjoy your dog. So lower yourself down flat to the floor again, and then you scoop your low ribs first, angle back with your buttocks to the wall behind, and you lift with your belly and your chest in line. And let's come down, so you lower yourself flat to the floor as well. And once more, let's come up. And then into dog pose. So through all fours, tuck your toes, lift your knees and your hips, and you're coming up into dog pose and seeing how it feels to be here in dog. Just skim the knees down towards the floor, little hug of muscle to bone through your body as you do that. And then lift the hips back up, releasing that muscular squeeze, inviting muscles to lengthen, broaden, soften where necessary, activate where necessary. And then take it again, skim the knees down towards the floor, little hug of muscle to bone all through you, and then come back up. And once again with that, skim the knees down, little hug of muscle to bone, and then you're coming back up. And this time perhaps you can hold in dog pose for 3 long breaths or 5 long breaths. Take a little squeeze of muscles around your shoulders, around your hips as you hold in your pose. So that might make it a little easier to sustain the pose. So a little hug of muscles around shoulders and around hips. Spread your fingers, spread your toes. And then come down onto your knees. Let's rest in child's pose for a moment. And then we'll just come very easefully up into dog pose, exactly the same way as we did at the beginning when we did our pre-check, as a post-check, just to see how you experience the position. So again, you're not particularly working the pose, or oh, we've done that now. So you just come up and you just see how it is, and you might find that your shoulders are hinging more comfortably, that your hamstrings are longer, that your back is broader, that your neck is softer. It just feels like there's a little more integrity in the position, perhaps. So noticing how it feels different, and then we'll come back down into child's pose. Child's pose is always a nice place to end practicing if you want to just rest here for a few moments. Or perhaps you uncurl yourself to kneeling, so where we began, and take your last few moments here. And as you're resting to complete, you're noticing how you are, particularly how your body has received the practice. So you might notice that the back of your body feels particularly alive and awake. And it's good to have attention in the back of the body. So more settling for consciousness, for physiology, to be sitting back inside ourselves rather than to be pushing forward all the time.